Hey guys, mtgnoob here, and for this week's standard I'll be bringing you the Infect deck that was recently featured in one of the starcitygames top 8. I really like this deck. I feel that it's a known quantity on Moto or Magic the Gathering Online currently, which makes it a slightly bit worse, but it's still amazing. So first, let's talk about your lands. You have 21 of them. 13 of them are forests. 4 Cathedral War. This gives all your infect creatures when they're attacking alone a 1/1 buff, which speeds up the clock very fast. It does come into play tap, so you have to know like when to really play it. But it is a very solid land. And 4 Inkmoth Nexus, which is basically, I would say, your major kill condition. A lot of game ones, people can't really deal with it. There's not much artifact hate in the main deck, and it dodges a lot of removal spells, and it's just overall probably your best creature in the deck. Okay, let's talk about our 1-drops or our Phyrexian mana stuff. We have 4 gut shots. These are in here for 2 purposes. 1, to kill 1-drops like Delver and Mana Dorks and Fume Spitters especially. And 2, when you have Wild Defiance out and you have a creature out, you can give it a +3/+3 bonus. For 0 mana, which is really nice. The gut shot won't kill a 1 toughness guy because the Wild Defiance trigger will go on the stack first. Okay, let's talk about our mental missteps. These are also 4. There are 4 of them because you want to counter really annoying things. Mainly you want to use these for vapor snags, but if you feel that you need to not only protect your creatures from like vapor snags or tragic slips or gut shots, you can use it to get rid of 1-drop creatures that are very annoying or draw spells, things of that nature. Then you have your best free card in the deck. It's Mutagenic Growth, and it gives +2/+2 for free. This basically gives +5/+5 when Wild Defiance is out, which is really nice because if you play a creature and then you slam this on 3 and you have a Mutagenic Growth, it's going to be a 1/1 +2 +5. It's going to be a 6/6. It's going to be sick. Okay, and the reason that this deck is basically over the top now, it was good before, but now it's really good, is Rancor. Rancor allows your infect creatures to get bigger and trample over, which is pretty awesome, especially when you use a pump spell and they block and you still trample over for lethal. It feels really nice. Okay, let's continue talking about the rest of the spells in the deck, then I'll go back to the creatures. We have Apostle's Blessing, which it wins so many games on its own. It doesn't seem like it does, but it really does. Apostle's Blessing is awesome because it gives you protection from a color or from artifacts. So whatever's in your way, you basically are usually able to scoot by. Also, it gives protection from removal spells, so if they try to kill your guy, you could respond and save it. Then you have Titanic Growth, which some people play less. There's no reason to. It's just the best paid pump spell in the deck. It gives 4/4 to attack and defense or power toughness, whatever you want to call it, and it really does make games go in your favor that you shouldn't win. It's a great top deck if you have a creature out. Okay, and then Wild Defiance, I like it. It is really awesome at just kind of getting you those early kills if you plop it down on turn 3. They 100% have to play differently with this in play. It removes their burn spells from killing your creatures, which is really awesome. Tragic Slip, unless it's morbited, won't kill your guy. Gut Shot won't kill your guy. Straight cards like Go for the Throat or Doomblade or Tribute to Hunger, if you have one guy out, they will kill your guy, but this is really strong. And then 2 Green Sun Zeniths, they search up your green creatures in the deck, and they're actually really good with some of the creatures in the board, which we'll talk about shortly. Okay, let's go through our creature base in the main deck. Like I said, we have Inkmoth Nexus, which is also a land but counts as your creatures. 4 Glistener Elf, you search these up for 2 mana, really nice threat. If it comes down turn 1 and they can't deal with it, you almost always win the game. One Blight Mamba in the main deck, just more or less for defensive purposes, but it's also another target for Green Sun Zenith, and this deck doesn't really want to spend time or mana regenerating a Blight Mamba. It just wants to get in there with another cheap green creature. Then you have 4 Ichor Clawmere, which you cannot search with Green Sun Zenith, but is very worth it. It wins fights all day long. It basically needs to be blocked by a 3 toughness, 3 power creature. And if you have a Rancor on it and it gets blocked, it becomes a 5/3 trampler, which is very nice. Okay, let's briefly go to the sideboard, and then we'll get into some games. 2 Dismembers. These are mainly to be brought in against anything that is fast, like the mirror. It's really good in the mirror because you're both playing Infect. You're not caring about your life. I bring it in a lot against early rush decks and things like that. It's also, you're only out to a casted Malera on their side if they're playing Infect, outside of your Beast withins and double gut shots. Okay, another Blight Mamba just to search up with Green Sun Zenith, a Malera, because this is king or queen in the mirror. You get this out and they can't deal Infect damage. Your guys won't get 1/1 counters on it. You can't get poison. It's just really, really sweet. And it is legendary, so if they Green Sun for theirs, or you are behind and you draw yours or Green Sun for it, they will kill each other. So that's good to know. Necropedes are good in defense, and they play some offense, but they're mainly there to kind of pick off pesky creatures that when they die with their 1/1 counter, they put a -1/-1 counter on something. So they fight, and then they usually will 2 for 1 or make something smaller. Spellskites are probably one of your best cards, if not the best card out of the board, because it gives you another way to protect your creatures. And if you play this on 2 and they can't deal with this, and then you have a creature, you're most certainly going to win. It's not really even a question, because this does so much. It does not dodge Go for the Throat, but it dodges everything else. Viridian Corruptor basically gets brought in against pod decks, and it gets brought in against pikes and swords and mimic vats and very annoying things, other spell skites and things of that nature. But it's really an all-star. You could search it up with Green Sun Zenith for 4 mana. It is a good body. Just be careful not to animate your Inkmoth Nexus and then play this with no other artifacts in play, because there are times it will be awkward where you're forced to crush one of your own artifacts if you don't play it carefully. Okay, Beast Within is kind of a catch-all. It does give them a 3/3 Beast token, so if you're behind, it's going to be bad. But a 3/3 Beast token is manageable, especially if you have Inkmoth Nexus in play. You can fly over it. You can still block it with a Spellskite. You can still trade out with some of your guys. So it's not the end of the world, but it is a good catch-all spell. And finally, the 3rd Green Sun Zenith, which is used to get all the green things you bring in out of the board. Alright, so let's get to some matches with this awesome deck. Thanks for watching. Please check out themtgnoob.com.